Hey guys, welcome back to the channel The Business Mentor. This is your mentor Pranav Agarwal, and today's video is going to be about where should you invest your money. Now, after I released the first video about you should invest as early as possible, as I expected, a lot of the people came back to me and asked, okay Pranav, I would invest, but where should I invest? So this video, I'm going to answer that. So before getting into the video, I'll be explaining you about 2 points. First, that you should have a steady flow of income. And second, that you are clear about what are assets and what are liabilities. So point number one, why you should have a steady flow of income? Well, that's simple mathematics. Without something coming in, how would you be able to save and how would you be able to invest? And second, what are assets and liabilities? So, assets are anything that make you money. Very simple. For example, you invest your money in stocks, mutual funds, bonds, RDs, FDs, even your house, if you've rented it out, is an asset. But something that takes money away from you, for example, your car, your brand new iPhone, your watch, anything that takes money away from you is a liability. Now, I'm not saying you should always have assets and have no liabilities. That's pretty obvious. It's not going to be able to be sustainable. But of course, you should limit the amount of liabilities that you have on you. Now, getting into the investment options that you're going to have, I have divided them into very small categories. The first being short-term investments, anywhere from 0 years to 5 years, and then long-term investments, anywhere from 5 years or more. We are going to be judging these short-term and long-term investments on the parameters of three things. The first being liquidity, the second being risk, and the third being the very important point, returns. Now, let's understand what is liquidity. So, liquidity basically means whenever you are in an uncertain situation, for example, you have upon you a huge medical expense. How quickly are you able to withdraw money from the funds in which you have invested it is going to be about how liquid your investment is. Now, risk in simple terms covers the scenario of what if you're not able to recover your money back from the investments that you've made. And returns are simply the amount of money that you will get back putting in the principal amount. Basically, how much your money grows in the stipulated time period. Now, let's not wait any further and dive into the different investment options you have. The very first being short-term investments, and now we are going to talk about number one, cash. Now, any sort of currency notes or coins lying around your house and that are yours is the cash that you have on yourself. Now, cash lies around in your wallets, at your house, or anywhere else. Now let's talk about the parameters for cash. So, number one, now this is hard cash, which is obviously available whenever you want it. You can simply go to the desired shops where you want to spend this money and give it to the shopkeeper. So, this is highly liquid. Coming down to the risks. Now, risk in cash is obviously pretty low, but it is still not zero. This is because you can still have your cash stolen away from you. And third being the amount of returns it gives. Returns from cash is also zero because money lying around in your house or even your wallet is not going to grow on its own, at least not without magic. Coming down to the second short-term investment, which is a savings account. Now, savings account is pretty simple. You go to any sort of bank, whether it be government or private, ask for a bank account and open it instantly. Now, whatever amount of cash you deposit in a savings account is what a savings account constitutes. Coming down to the parameters. Savings account is still highly liquid. Whenever you want to withdraw money from it or swipe a debit card, you can easily do that. And so, it's highly liquid. Coming down to the risks. Risks in a saving account is quite low because when you deposit money in your bank account, it is actually secured. Returns in a savings account is in the form of interest. Now, a savings account in India offers close to about 2.7% interest to 5.34% interest depending upon bank to bank. Coming to the third short-term investing option, it's an FD. Now, an FD is a fixed deposit account which is again opened in your bank. You simply go to the bank and offer a lump sum amount of money, but for a fixed period, hence the name fixed deposit. Liquidity in a fixed deposit is still pretty high because even if you can't wait for that stipulated time period, let's say 6 months, a year, or 5 years, you can still go to your bank and ask for the money back. Risk in an FD is zero because this money is still safe with your bank. Coming to the returns in an FD. So FD in India in a bank account can offer anywhere from 3.5% to close to about 6.5% depending upon bank to bank and tenure to tenure. Coming to the last short terms investment option, which is an RD. That stands for a recurring deposit. Now, I've heard a lot of people say that recurring deposit is not actually very helpful and that it doesn't serve in a long term plan. But according to me, it's the most underrated kind of financial instrument you can ever come across. Because the kind of financial discipline that you can create in yourself and the kind of financial habit of saving that you can inculcate in yourself using an RD is mind boggling, and I can explain you that, but that would be covered in a next video. So an RD is where you deposit a small amount of money or even a large amount of money if you want to monthly. So for example, I open an RD on the 1st of January 2021 of let's say 500 rupees. Now this 500 bucks will move directly from my savings account to the RD account on the 1st of every month. And likewise, 500 rupees every month amounting to 6,000 rupees across 12 months would be an RD and plus the interest over it. One thing special about an RD is that it gives a compound interest, which I covered in the last video is the best kind of interest and the eighth wonder of the world. Coming to the parameters, liquidity of an RD is still high because even if you can't continue to deposit that stipulated amount of money every month, you can go to your bank and simply say that you want to terminate the RD and the bank will return you back the money. But again, you are going to get the interest rate at a lesser price and at a lesser amount than what was decided before. Risk in an RD is still low because your money is again secured with your bank. Returns in an RD are also low because even though you're getting compound interest, the interest rate in an RD in India is around 4.5% in a savings account. So till here we've covered all your short-term investment options. I have covered the long-term investment options in the next video, so do check it out. This is your mentor Pranav Agarwal checking out now. Thank you.